Beyond postcards, real cost of living in Portugal, Canada, and Australia. People compare countries the same way they compare vacations. They look at the postcard, the ocean, the little cafes, the cost of living headline that says one place is cheaper than another. Because the real cost of living isn't just rent and groceries. It's healthcare, it's meds, it's dental, it's transportation, it's taxes. It's how often you need a car. It's how fast your money disappears in small, invisible ways. So today, we're going beyond postcards. We're comparing Portugal, Canada, and Australia, specifically from the perspective of retirees and older adults, using a simple truth. A country can be cheaper and still cost you more if it costs you in stress, in access, in wait times, or in lifestyle friction. This episode is not about selling you a dream. It's about helping you make a decision that holds up on an ordinary Tuesday, not just on vacation. So let's do this the ReInspired way. We'll break it down into the headline costs everyone talks about, the hidden costs nobody talks about, and the retirement cost that matter most after 60. And by the end, you'll have a checklist you can use to compare any country without being fooled by glossy internet averages. Let's begin. Part 1, the 6 real cost categories that actually matter when retirees compare countries. The biggest mistake is focusing on one number, like rent, and ignoring the full system. So here are the 6 cost categories we'll use today. Category 1, housing and utilities. This includes rent or mortgage, but also the stuff that quietly bites: electricity, heating, cooling, water, building fees, insurance. Some places have cheaper housing but higher utilities. Some places have but reasonable rent, but the buildings are older and cost more to heat or maintain. Housing is never just the price tag. It's the lifestyle attached to the home. Category 2, food and everyday living. Groceries, dining, household basics. But for older adults, we care about something extra. How affordable is healthy food? Not just cheap calories, real food. Because if the healthiest foods are expensive, you'll pay later in health costs. Category 3, healthcare. Reality. This is the big one. Not just does the country have healthcare, but access quality. How long you wait, how easy it is to find a doctor, what happens if you need a specialist, and what you pay out-of-pocket. Retirement cost of living should always include healthcare as a core line item, not an afterthought. Category 4, medications, dental, and vision. These are the 3 categories that surprise retirees most. Even in places with strong healthcare systems, dental and vision can be a gap, and medication coverage can vary wildly depending on status, insurance, and eligibility. If you're over 60, this category is not optional, it's central. Category 5, transportation and mobility. Can you walk day to day? Do you need a car? Is public transport reliable? What does fuel cost? Insurance, maintenance. Retirees thrive in places where life is close together. Walkability isn't just a lifestyle feature, it's a financial strategy. Category 6, taxes and residency costs. This is where a lot of people get blindsided. Cost of living isn't just what you spend, it's also what gets taken. Taxes can include income taxes, taxes on pensions, healthcare contributions, property taxes, sales taxes, and sometimes fees and compliance costs depending on residency. And then there are residency costs, visa applications, renewals, document translations, legal fees, and bureaucratic time. Time is a cost too, especially in retirement. Now let's apply these categories to each place. Part 2, Portugal. The lifestyle value story, with a few hidden bills. Portugal gets talked about like it's a retirement cheat code, and I get why. Portugal is often praised for a slower pace walkable cities, strong cafe culture, a lifestyle that's calmer and more community-oriented than many high-pressure countries. In cost terms, Portugal often gives retirees good lifestyle value, meaning your money can buy you more daily comfort. But here's what matters beyond the postcard. Housing in Portugal. Housing can vary massively by region. A lot of retirees look at one hot area and assume the whole country is like that. Portugal is one of those places where the difference between affordable and peaceful and pricey and crowded can be just one region away. If you want cost control in Portugal, you often win by choosing a walkable mid-sized city, avoiding the most globally hyped pockets, and prioritizing daily life convenience over vacation scenery. Because if you need to drive everywhere, your costs jump. Food and daily living. Portugal can shine here for retirees who love simple, real food. But the hidden variable is, are you living like a local or trying to live your old lifestyle in a new country? Imported items, specialty products, constant dining out in tourist zones, those can erase the affordable advantage fast. Healthcare in Portugal. Portugal has a healthcare system that many people respect, but retirees must think in terms of access and speed. In many places, people use a blend: public system for some care, private options for speed or convenience. The real cost here is not always money. It's wait times, specialist access, and navigating the system as a newcomer. So the smart move is planning for a pathway that gives you confidence. You won't be stuck waiting when you need care. Meds, dental, vision. This is where you want to get specific. Retirees should always check whether your medications are available, whether they require different prescriptions or equivalents, and what the out-of-pocket reality is for dental and vision, because dental surprises can ruin a cheap year. Transportation. Portugal can be very retirement-friendly if you pick Walkability. If you can structure life so you walk to groceries, cafés, parks, errands, your expenses drop and your health rises. That's the ReInspired win. Now, let's shift to Canada. Part 3, Canada. The stability story with a cost-pressure reality. Canada is the type of country many people associate with stability, rule of law, safety, and structure. For retirees, that's powerful. But Canada's cost of living can be a pressure point, especially in key areas. Housing in Canada. Housing is the big one. In many major areas, housing can feel expensive and competitive. Retirees can still make Canada work financially, but it often depends on where you live, whether you already have housing support or family ties, and whether you're choosing a major metro or a smaller region. Canada can reward retirees who think, I want stability and services, but it can punish retirees who think, I'll live where everyone else wants to live. Food and daily living. Canada is comfortable and familiar for many, but groceries and daily basics can be higher, especially depending on region. The hidden cost is often how far you need to drive for errands and how much winter changes your spending patterns. Healthcare in Canada. Canada's healthcare is a major reason people feel secure there. But here's the retirement reality. The system can be strong and still involve wait times, especially for certain specialists or elective procedures. So the true comparison here isn't Canada has healthcare. It's how fast do you get care when you need it? What's the experience like for your age group? What do you do if you want speed? Some retirees feel deeply protected by Canada's system. Others feel frustrated by the pace. It depends on needs and region. Medications, dental, vision. This is a big retiree surprise in Canada. Even where healthcare is strong, dental and vision coverage can be a major out-of-pocket cost depending on your plan and situation. So if Canada is on your list, the smart move is to budget. Like an adult, don't assume everything is covered. Price out dental cleanings, dental work eyewear, and your regular medications, because those costs add up quietly. Transportation. Canada can be less walkable depending on where you live, and more car-dependent. Car dependency is one of the biggest hidden monthly fees in retirement life. Insurance, fuel, maintenance, repairs. If you want Canada to feel financially lighter, you aim for a more walkable area or a lifestyle with fewer car miles. Now let's talk about Australia. Part 4, Australia, the quality of life story. With distance and price factors, Australia is often experienced as clean, organized, high-quality daily life and strong infrastructure in many areas. For retirees, quality matters, but Australia can come with two built-in cost drivers, one door-to-door distance, and two, overall price levels in certain regions. Housing in Australia. Housing can be very region-specific. Some areas are expensive because they're desirable, coastal, or urban centers. Some areas are more affordable, but can be quieter and further from major services. Retirees need to ask, do I want to be near healthcare and specialists? Do I want to be near family? Do I want to be near walkable life? Or am I trading convenience for space? Because in Australia, distance can turn into real cost. Fast food and daily living Australia has great quality in many everyday categories, but the cost can feel higher depending on your spending style. Retirees who thrive in Australia often do well when they build a simple routine and don't turn every day into vacation spending. Healthcare in Australia is known for strong healthcare structures, but again, the retiree question is access, eligibility, and how it works for you personally. And just like the others, there can be differences between public access, private access, and how quickly you get certain services. The cost isn't just money, it's also how much friction you face getting the care you need. Medications, dental, vision. Same story. Never assume. This is where a lot of, it's a great country turns into, why am I paying so much for basic things? Know your likely annual needs and build that into your comparison. Transportation Australia can be car dependent, depending on where you live. And because distances can be larger, transportation costs can be a bigger slice of life. If you want Australia to feel retirement friendly, choose a location where daily life is close. Now, let's pull the comparison together. Part 5, the reality check comparison, retirement edition. Instead of saying Portugal is cheapest, or Canada is best, or Australia is healthiest, here's a better, more honest way to compare them. Portugal tends to win for Taos one lifestyle value, calmer daily rhythm, walkability potential, affordability in many day-to-day categories, and feeling like you can breathe. Portugal can feel like freedom through simplicity, but retirees must watch healthcare navigation, residency details, and regional differences. Why Canada wins? Because of institutional stability, because tomorrow as is reliable as today, because the rule of law isn't just written, is live. Trust here isn't demand, it's earn, build, and share across boardroom, bridges, and communities. Canada can feel like freedom through structure, but retirees must watch housing costs, certain out-of-pocket categories like dental, vision, and wait time realities. Why Australia wins? Quality of life, infrastructure, daily comfort in many areas, and a strong, organized life feel. Australia can feel like freedom through high-functioning systems, but retirees must watch housing in high-demand regions, distance costs, and overall price levels. Now, there's one more piece people ignore. Part 6. The hidden cost. Nobody counts your nervous system. Here's a hard truth. A country can be technically affordable and still be expensive for your health. If you feel isolated, if you feel unsafe, if you feel constantly confused by the system, if you can't access care quickly, if you're driving long distances daily, if everything feels like a fight, that's cost. And it shows up later as higher stress, worse sleep, more inflammation, lower motivation to move. Retirement isn't just about spending less, it's about spending your energy wisely. The best cost of living country is often the place where your body relaxes, your daily tasks are easy, and your money doesn't feel like it's bleeding out. Part 7. The ReInspired Cost of Living Checklist. Use this like a pro. If you want to compare Portugal, Canada, and Australia the smart way, here's the checklist. Ask these 7 questions for each country and answer with real info, not vibes. Number 1. What is my housing reality in the exact region I'd live? Not Portugal, which city or town? Number 2. What does my monthly healthcare setup look like? Public, private, mixed. How do I access a doctor? What about specialists? Number 3, what do my medications cost and are they available? Same name, equivalent? Do I need new prescriptions? How easy is refilling? Number 4, what is the dental and vision reality? Cleanings, glasses, and common procedures. Budget it. Number 5, how walkable is my daily life? Can I live with fewer car costs and more movement? Number 6, what are my real hidden fees? Residency renewals, admin fees, insurance requirements, translations, legal support. Number 7, do I feel calmer in the lifestyle of this place? This is the truth test. If you can answer those 7 questions, you can make a decision that holds up long term. Part 8, Beyond Postcards Toward True Wealth. Let's bring this home. Portugal, Canada, and Australia can all be good choices, depending on the kind of retirement you want. But the winner isn't the country with the lowest rent. The winner is the country where your healthcare makes sense, your lifestyle supports movement and calm, your money lasts without constant anxiety, and your day-to-day feels simple. That's true wealth, not just dollars. If you want, comment the word costs, and I'll give you a simple scorecard checklist you can use to compare countries side by side, including healthcare, dental, meds, and walkability, so you can make a decision without guesswork. And in the next episode, we'll talk about post-retirement paradise, thriving abroad on a ReInspired budget, how to build comfort, safety, and freedom without overspending. Until then, stay ReInspired.
I hope this video brought you value and re-inspired you. If so, please subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment. And if anybody you know could use a little re-inspiration, please send it to them. Thank you so much for watching.